Okay, Anna, where are you from? Okay, well, we have another wonderful workshop today planned. It's fun doing these complimentary courses. So we're going to get started, and Emily is going to tune us in.
Welcome, everybody. So very glad and feeling very blessed and grateful to be with you today and talk about something really important and something I love to think about and dwell within is spirituality. So we're going to start with a tune in. Let's all sit up tall. Let's bring our hands to prayer. Let's shrug the shoulders up and back. And please, everyone, make sure you're muted, but please be chanting and tune in also. Om Namo Guru Namo Om Namo Guru Namo Om Namo Guru Namo. And before our protection mantra, you know how this mantra has 4 parts? Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. And there's 4 directions. So there's a teaching where you can put pillars of light around you in the 4 directions. You can visualize Ad Gure Name, a pillar of light in front of you. Jugad Gure Name, a pillar of light next to you. Sat Gure Name, a pillar of light behind you. Siddhi Guru Deve Name, a pillar of light to the left. So it starts in the front and then it goes to the right. Every line of the mantra, a pillar of light next to you. Got the visualization? And let's give it a try. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Keeping the eyes closed, just listen. The yoga of fulfillment. We are tapping through consciousness, the supreme consciousness. It is not a subconscious process. There will be no miracles, tricks, or denials, for this is the yoga of fulfillment. The first qualification for Kundalini Yoga is that you seek that awareness. We will not get rid of the ego. For that matter, we will not deny anything in us. We will expose the ego and make it universal. We will not sit and beg softly that we may someday find God. We'll make ourselves so strong and pure that God must come and look for us and look after us. God has your number. Let him look you up. Yogi Bhajan, 1971, Santa Cruz, California.
Thank you, Emily. That was great.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, welcome everyone to the SuperHealth course on connecting to the spirituality. So, what does all that mean? What does it mean to connect to your spirituality? So just think about it. We'll take it way into the beginning. You are born by the breath, you live by the breath, you die by the breath. And when you learn to control your breath, you become master of yourself. So what does this mean? When we are born, our Creator infuses the breath of life in each one of us. And that is the first beginning of our life, is when that breath gets infused. In the West, this is a very general statement, but just think about it. In the West, many times we believe, each one of us is allocated a certain amount of years to live. Okay, this one is 87, this one is 93, 95. When those years come and go, we're finished, we're done. That's it, we leave. In yogic science, just think about this. In yogic science, it's the same with one slight variation. And that is, rather than being allocated years, we're allocated breaths. So let's say you're allocated, 5 trillion and 8 trillion. So let's think about that. What does that say for the person who lives their life anxious, panicky, nervous, stressed out, insecure? How are they breathing? They may be breathing very irregular, very erratic, very quickly. They may be wasting those very, very precious breaths, the breath of life. So just think about it. That's why the breath is so important, especially in those situations where we're challenged, where we feel like reacting, where we feel scared and breath starts becoming very rapid. At that moment, the awareness, slow down my breathing. Let me take a long, deep breath. That's when you become master of yourself. Not only are we aware that this is a situation where my breath normally is going to become very rapid or shallow, let me first start holding on to that breath and elongating it. What that will do is help you control the environment of that particular situation. So that's what we're born by the breath, we live by the breath, we shall die by the breath. And when we learn to control the breath, we become master of ourselves. There's nothing you cannot do when you pay attention to this beautiful breath of life. And the way you breathe affects your state of mind. You think about a yogi. What is a yogi? A yogi is unaffected by the pair of opposites. So what does that mean? Here we are, we practice yoga. Some of us may be teachers. We're practitioners of yoga. What does that mean? Unaffected, let's just think about it. Unaffected by the pair of opposites. That means if a situation works out this way or that way, I'm completely the same because I'm unattached. And I think it's that attachment that creates that hook that always ends up getting us. And then we get scared, we get nervous, we dramatize, we traumatize, we do all these things. But unaffected by the pair of opposites. This situation happens, this situation happens, this happens, that happens. Just stay in that neutral mind. And what do you bring with you to that neutral mind? The breath. Keeping the breath long and deep. And what that will do is help to create that environment where we're not emotional, we're not commotional, but we're devotional to keep that unaffected by the pair of opposites. Now, that's a lot easier said than done. How do you do that? Then life hits, real life hits, and we have real situations in our life, and we have real relationships in our life, and we want things to happen, or we don't want things to happen. And sometimes we push. You know, when you push, you want something to happen so badly, and you keep pushing and pushing for it to happen. Well, make no mistake, we're very powerful people. If we push hard enough, many times we could force the situation. We could actually make something happen. However, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good or right thing in your best interest. Sometimes we push and we want something so badly. We force the situation, then it ends up blowing up in our face. So to be so in tune with God's will, with the will of God, is this happening? Or you know what? I'm sensing there's just too many blocks. It's just not working out. Did you ever get to that situation where you wanted something to happen, but you had to come to terms with it? You know what? It's just not happening. It's not flowing. It's not going. To respect that is divine. And it's hard because you may really want that to happen. But sometimes, you know what? Sometimes it is supposed to happen, but maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. Can you wait? Can you just be patient without dramatizing and throwing a fit and doing all these things that we do, but just be calm and steady and firm and consolidated and just know who you are? If it's supposed to happen, it will happen. If it's God's will, it will happen. I could do what I can, try your best, and then leave the rest to God. Leave it. Give it everything you've got, every thought, every idea. Try it, pursue it, and then back off, leave it. If it's God's will, it will work out. If it's God's will, in its own time. But sometimes, even though we really want this to happen, it's just not happening. And to be respectful of that and to trust that. That's when we start aligning ourselves with the will of God rather than forcing my will. And it takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of just patience and trust. And I'm sure we've all gone through these tests and these situations. And sometimes we do better at it than others. Sometimes we're doing okay with it, and other times it's like, oh my goodness, I just blew it. I pushed and I forced, and it just blew up in my face, and it's just not happening. So that's ultimately spirituality. But what happens is sometimes, we all practice yoga and we're very committed to it. But we have in our house, many of us have one dedicated room for our yoga or your prayer, your meditation, right? My meditation room. So what's in your meditation room? Well, I have my mat, my yoga mat, maybe some mala, maybe some favorite books, that are very, have prayers in it, whatever you have. And that's the place where you do your yoga, you do your prayers, you do meditation, and that's where you're spiritual, right? We all agree? That's my spiritual room. But what happens when you walk out of that room? What happens? Now all of a sudden, How are you making decisions? You know, a lot of times we leave that room and we become like a little bit of an idiot in how I make decisions, how I conduct myself the rest of the day. So this room, I'm spiritual and everything is good. And then the other 23 hours, you know, I lose it. So let's infuse that spiritual consciousness in every room of the house, and ultimately in you, in who you are as a complete person. And it's something to work toward. Again, a lot of this stuff is a lot easier said than done. It's easy to say all this stuff, but challenging to actually live it. But what else are you going to do? You know, we have no choice. It's almost like each one of us are here. Each one of us, we know too much. You can't go back to sleep. I mean, you can if you want to, but I don't think you want. You wouldn't even be here if that was your priority. So it's about conducting ourselves in every room of the house, in who we are, how we make decisions, our ability to sacrifice. This is our spirituality. And certainly it has nothing to do with religion, but it certainly does have to do with your awareness. Yoga of awareness, that's what Kundalini Yoga is. You know, 70% of making any change is just the awareness of it. Oh, I get it. Or I left the spiritual room, my meditation room, and I ended up acting in a way that really wasn't befitting to how I should act in my spiritual room. But we become aware of it. You can't change until you're first aware of it. So even though you may have made an emotional decision or said something that you regret later, whatever the situation is, just the fact that you remembered that you forgot is an awareness. Do you understand? Just the fact that you remembered that you forgot to infuse that spirituality is a growth, right? That's a growth. That's better than being completely oblivious. That's spirituality. So sometimes, of course, we make mistakes. We put our foot in our mouth, we say things, we do things, and then later at night, when you're going to sleep, you know how your mind sometimes goes over the day, and you think, oh my goodness, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why did I think, you know, just the fact that you remember that you forgot is growth. That's awareness. All right. So I am going to now turn it over to Emily. If you have any thoughts or anything, just jot it down. We won't have time for questions. Okay. So just jot it down. And please, Emily.
Thank you. Beautiful, Mukta Sanam. So we're in the age of experience. That's what the Aquarian age is all about. We know a lot. We have it all at our fingertips here. We can know anything we want to know. But the point of this age is to experience it. And today we're going to experience connecting to our spirituality. And something that I love about Kundalini Yoga is that it's a technology that where you can experience spirituality in a very human, very embodied, very real life way. We're not channeling, we're not doing tarot cards, we're not, going into a cave and meditating for 30 years and then we learn. We can do it in 20 minutes. And so it's a very human householder way to do spirituality. And it's also, I love that it's a technology. Like, you don't have to know how these work, but we all know that they do work. Just like any other technology. It works. So for our experience, we're going to do the Ang Sang Waheguru mantra. Ang Sang Waheguru, ANGSANG, Ang Sang. And we're going to meditate for a couple minutes. So let's all get ready to do that. So go to a place where you can sit tall. And this is my right hand. The right hand's going to be facing away. It's a little awkward. And then the left hand comes over and clasps like this. And we're relaxed at the sides here. Our eyes are going to be closed. The mudra's at the heart. And we're just chanting Ang Sang Waheguru. Ang Sang Waheguru. This is the mantra to feel God inside of you. Ang Sang Waheguru. And I'll start the music. Chanting with the music, please.
Ang Sang Waheguru, 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 Ang Sang Waheguru. Ang Sang Waheguru, 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 Sang Waheguru Ang 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 Sang Waheguru.
Deeply inhale, keep the mudra. Pull Mula Bandha. And completely exhale. Deeply inhale. Suspend the breath. Stretch the spine and hands up. Pull Mula Bandha. Stretch tall. As tall as you can, reach up taller. Exhale. And relax. Feel the creator within you. It is our heart. In our heart is our God. He is not coming from the outside. Simply, we have to feel it. That great feeling is Ang Sang Waheguru. Beautiful, everybody. Thank you. So we are going to now watch a Yogi Bhajan clip. It's called The Journey of the Soul. This is from the end of a really cool class. It's called Taking Away Sadness and Fear. It's the Kriya he did was equilibrium of the stomach, the one that you do for 7 days, and it takes sadness and fear from your personality. If you take the immersion, you're going to get to do it with all your friends. It's awesome. And so we're going to show this video, and he's going to talk, he's going to give a really, like anything he said, there's many layers. There's layers of understanding that can reach every single person at whatever level they're at. And just pay close attention, just like let yourself be absorbed by it and just see what you can pick up on. And afterwards, we'll talk about it.
All noises, inhale. All noises of the world will calm down. The journey of the soul will continue. All noise of the world will calm down. The journey of the soul will continue. You are not this body, you are not this mind, they are the servants. You are the soul. You are the sole proprietor of your soul. Soul, by virtue of its own strength, will continue. The journey is for the soul, not for you. This is the journey of the soul, not yours. Exhale, inhale again. The pranas are given just to give you the sensitivity. It's the journey of the soul. It could have traveled without the prana, without the body, without the mind. Mind and body, prana, all around the soul is built to give it sensitivity. It is the journey of the soul, not yours. This journey will continue till it is merged in the infinite soul. That's the sole purpose of life, of avagavan, coming and going. It is not you. It was never you. It is never meant for you. Soul wanted to go through the experience. Help the soul to go through the experience. Soul will love it, be grateful, will be redeemed, will be joyable. Ignore the soul, get into the senses, journey will continue, the purpose will be defeated. Exhale, inhale again. Hold. Chakra Chakravarti, this cycle, all the life, all this dance of the atom is Chakra Chakravarti. It is the dance of the soul. Is always with you. From Abhangama Bhute, so was, is, and ever be. Give the soul a chance to complete the journey in peace and tranquility. Soul is hitchhiking in this body. Don't be rude to it. Let it go. Inhale deep. Hold the breath of life and understand the body is not the soul. Mind is not the soul. The sole purpose is to hitchhike through this body and go through the canyons and the mountains and the storm and the pleasantness of everything, but still make it home. Help it to make it home. It's real home. You may go to the best restaurant, but you cannot rest there for life. You got to get out, pay the bill. Let it go. May the all love surround you and the pure light within you. Guide your way home. Okay, good kids. Satnam, thank you very much. And repeat this for 1 week. You will not be together the same person. The fear will go away. The stomach will be all right. Life will be wonderful. Process is complete. It's on the tape. If you don't want to hear it and do it or remember it, you can put the tape, go through the exercises, plan it well. 1 week till next Wednesday, right? Can you not spare half an hour every morning on time? That's all it needs. It will take away fear from your personality. Sadness and fear will fly away. Satnam.
So let's have a little group discussion. You can unmute yourself, come on in, and just say what you took from that. Even if it's just a phrase you thought was interesting, or your favorite phrase that he used. I liked the hitchhiking. I like you can go to the restaurant, but you have to leave. You have to pay the bill and go. Anything we liked or picked up on from that?
I think he said you have to pay the bill and go and then work. Did he say, you have to go out and pay the bills? Did I hear that correctly or not?
I don't know if work was part of it, but it's like you can go to the restaurant, but you can't stay. You have to pay the bill and
Right. Is that available on the Library of Teachings, that lecture, what we just saw?
Anybody know?
I think so. Yeah. It was May 1985 in Los Angeles.
May 85, Los Angeles. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me know though if you cannot find it. We'll make sure you get it.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That was really profound. And I felt so relieved to hear it because it takes it relieves so much of the burden of life when you think that way, right? You can really shift your consciousness is challenging, but the more you do that, the less of a burden life seems to be. Like my soul is right in my body right now, and my ego is a tool that allows me to survive in a world that's quite heavy. My body's heavy, my bones are heavy, my teeth are heavy, the car that I drive is heavy, but so I need this to navigate, but it's only good for that, there's, and if I just focus on that, then I'm not really connecting with what's really going on, right? And that is, listening to and understanding the me that is within me, I guess, right? It's, when I can quiet down or do a really good yoga set and really feel that connection and accept it.
Thank you.
That's,
Awesome.
that's great.
I really liked what he said. Soul is living in our heart, and soul wants to experience it. Not me, the soul. That has really touched my heart.
Mm.
Thank you.
I like the idea that he said, help the soul to walk home, real home. So for me, it really creates no attachment to this. Just living free and without attachment. And it almost prepares us all that one day we really have to say, okay, we're walking the soul home. That's it. So yeah, thank you. Sat Nam.
Thank you. What else did we like or relate to?
I like when he said, you're not the body, you're not the mind, you're the sole proprietor of your soul. He was almost like begging us, it's like, don't go there. Don't only limit yourself thinking you're not, the body, the mind, which we so relate to. And he's begging us, don't go there. You're the soul, the essence.
We have to listen.
I liked when he said the pranas are only there for your soul to experience.
Mm.
Anything else? Love to hear it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Emily.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what was the date of that again?
It was 1985. I believe it's May in Los Angeles.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, anyone who's interested in getting that tape, we'll help navigate that for you to have that. Okay.
Thanks so much.
Oh, of course. Okay, so we're just going to spend a few moments on talking about 3 little words. Forgiveness, gratitude, and the power of prayer. So, wake up in the morning and the first thing, gratitude. Thank you for another day. Thank you. Not all the things that we don't have, but what we do. Place your hands at the top part of near your forehead and swipe down very gently. God bless me, I bless myself. God bless me, I bless myself. God bless me, I bless myself. Ad Gadename, Jagad Gadename, Sat Gadename, Siddhi Guru Devaname. Gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for another day. Again, it's conscious effort. So, thank. The power of prayer. We're nothing except for the power that we have through our prayer, through our projection, and the trust and the belief in the power of prayer. Not the skepticism, not the doubt. It's easy to be doubtful. We'll say our prayers and then, oh, but I doubt that that's ever going to happen. And we even say it. We talk that way. Again, let's bring that conscious effort. Don't even utter that doubt. Catch yourself. Catch yourself. Sometimes even just the way we speak is doubtful. And that, it doesn't serve our highest centers of consciousness, that doubt. So be aware through our prayer, through our projection, that what we say, what we ask is that, and not for things, I need a new car, I want a new house. Don't worry about that. But can you pray just to be a servant of the one creator? Can you pray just to be able to sacrifice, to be able to elevate the planet, to be able to care for your family, yourself? And forgiveness is probably one of the biggest ones. Things happen in our life. If we knew better, we would have done better. And sometimes things happen. There are 3 relationships in the area of forgiveness. Sometimes somebody may have hurt you. It happens. Things happen in life. Unless you have the ability to be able to forgive. Otherwise, you're left with anger, with resentment. That is a load. That's a heavy load. To be filled with anger, to be filled with resentment, just because somebody else may have hurt you or done something to you. Again, this is a lot easier said than done. But otherwise, you have no choice, because you end up carrying that load and it isn't even yours. Anger is a load. Resentment is a very heavy load. And we end up carrying it for years and years and all our life. Another relationship is if you may have hurt someone else. You're filled with guilt and shame. That's also another heavy load. Sometimes we have to forgive ourselves, because the guilt and the shame load is heavy. Sometimes it manifests and it becomes a self-hatred. Neither of these options are good. Anger, resentment, self-hatred, guilt, shame, all these are. So ultimately, the best thing is to work toward that forgiveness. I'm not making light of any situation whatsoever. But why should we suffer if somebody else did something that had nothing to do with us? We just happen to be there. But we also, as we evolve and as we grow in our own spiritual consciousness, we also have the right and the opportunity to let it go and just be released from this. This is a foolproof diet. You're guaranteed to lose at least 5 pounds. Definitely. These are heavy loads, and we end up carrying it in our shoulders and our body, that heaviness. So we have the opportunity to just let it go, release yourself. And with that comes that gratitude of thank you. Thank you for giving me the knowledge, for giving me the opportunity, for giving me the teachings to just be released, so that I could be my lightest and my brightest. And then maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to share that with someone else. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to move around a little bit. I'm going to turn back to Emily.
Thank you so much. Awesome, Mukta. So let's get ready. We're going to do some Kundalini yoga. So let's get our spot ready. Make a spot on the floor somewhere. And we're going to start out in cat-cow. So coming to all fours. Yeah, and if you can, I would love the camera on. I love to see what everybody's doing. Makes me feel like I'm doing yoga with other people here. All right, beautiful. So inhaling up and exhale your head down. Inhale up and exhale down. And go through cat-cow.
Satanam, 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 Satanam. Satanam, 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 Satanam. Japamang Sada 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 Satanam.
One more big inhale. And then come back to a neutral spine. Nice long line from the crown of your head to the tip of your tailbone. Try to extend yourself long and grow longer right here. Inhale, and as you exhale, push it all the way back, baby pose, hips to heels. You can part your knees any amount, all the way down to the floor. Your arms alongside your body with your palms facing up. Baby pose. Deep breathing. Inhale all the way up, and we're going to meet in rock pose. So sitting on your heels. Some people, rock pose is going to work better for them on the knees if you sit up on a pillow. So you're always welcome to put a pillow underneath too. And if rock pose doesn't work for you, you can be in easy pose. So hands right near the knees. We're going to do spinal flexes, focusing at your third chakra. So that's your solar plexus. Inhale, silent sat, and exhale, nam. Inhale, sat, exhale, nam. Mentally chanting sat nam. Sat, nam, sat, nam, sat, nam, sat, nam, sat, nam. Mentally, silently chanting. And now just inhale. And neutral spine, just sit tall. Inhale. Pull Mula Bandha. Hold up at the top. Push the energy up. Exhale. Inhale. Pulling Mula Bandha. Push energy up, up, up. Sit tall. See how tall you can get here. See how much the crown of your head can grow taller. And reach upwards. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Pull Mula Bandha, push the energy up, grow tall. Space in between the vertebra. And exhale. So we're going to sit all the way on the floor, legs out in front. Your hands next to you like this. You're going to lift yourself up and then drop all the way down. Body drops. Lift up and drop down. Just as much of yourself as you can get off the floor with this. Inhale as you lift up, and exhale, just let yourself drop down, directly stimulating and waking up the Kundalini.
Satanam, 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 Satanam. Satanam, 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 Satanam. Japaman Sada 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 Satanam.
Great work, everybody. Let's come to a crow squat. Squatting like this with your feet all the way on the floor. Do as much of a squat as you've got. If you're not all the way down here, you can be like this. It's just whatever level you're at. So you can be here. And just come as low as you can. And if you're all the way on the floor, but your heels are up, how about you put a pillow underneath your heels, and so you can really like have support underneath your feet? A pillow or a rolled up blanket underneath both feet, and bring the floor up to you. And Venus lock, fingers pointing out in front. Breath of fire, pointing into infinity. Really picture, really get into the infinity of it. Pointing out to infinity. How far are you pointing? How far does it go? It goes all the way out. And it doesn't stop, and there's no outer limit. Pointing out to infinity. And breath of fire.
Satanam, 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 Satanam,
Great work, everybody. I love seeing everybody at their own level is always awesome. So inhale, holding, keep the pose. Project out from the heart center. We're only doing one inhale here. And let it go. And come to seated. And just closing the eyes and catching your breath here. Coming all the way up to standing. We are running in place with a good punching motion. Running in place, high knees if you can get them up there, with a good punching motion. And if you're not going to run in place, you're going to march in place. And go for it. Awesome, everybody. I want you on my team, whatever sport we're playing. All right, so now we're gonna come to our seat. And this, we're gonna balance. This is Kundalini Lotus. So with this, if you can get straight legs. This with breath of fire. You could always do just one leg. You could have a knee bent. Figure out where it's gonna work for you. You could have both knees bent. This with breath of fire. Great job. Inhale, hold it. Draw energy up the spine. And exhale. Wonderful. And just come to seated and rest. Close your eyes. Deep breathing. Great work, everybody. So now this is Treya Kriya. You're going to sit up on your left heel. Sit up on your left heel. And if you're not going to sit up on the left heel, you can just have the left foot inside like that. It can do that. So wherever you're going to go. And then this right foot is going to come on top of the left leg. And if it doesn't go on top like that, it can just be out in the front. And our hands are going to be here in the lap. And we're chanting Ong So Hung from the heart. Ong So Hung, O-N-G. So Hung, S-O-H-U-N-G. Ong So Hung. Chanting from the heart, feel it at the heart. Chanting out loud, please, with the music. Very nice, everybody. So now come back to seated. With the palms both up, stretching the arms out to the sides. We're going to be here with breath of fire. And the visualization is energy coming in through the left side, making a big rainbow arch all the way over to the right side. And this is how energy comes and goes. It comes through the left, big arch over and out through the right. Picturing the big rainbow landing at your palms and arching over you. And breath of fire. Lowering the arms and relax and just meditating. Interlacing the fingers and Venus lock behind the neck. You're going to exhale as you bow your forehead to the floor or in the direction of the floor. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. One of the rare times we're going to sat on the exhale. Exhale sat, inhale nam. Exhale sat, inhale nam. Mentally, exhale sat, inhale nam. Inhale all the way up. Now your arms out at shoulder height like this, out to the front. And your arms are going to come out at 60, like that. And you're going to follow your right hand. Inhale as your right hand comes up and exhale as it goes down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It's almost a breath of fire, almost creates a natural breath of fire. Inhale as the right arm goes up and then exhale as it comes down to shoulder level. We're going between shoulder height and 60. Hands together at the level of the third eye. Inhale. Holding up at the top. Project from the third eye out to infinity. Exhale and relax. Now for the meditative part in the instructions, it says cosmic connections. Interlace the fingers up above the crown. Very nice. Venus lock, 4 inches above the crown chakra, palms down, called Shakti pose. Focus the eyes up and out the crown. Close eyes as if you could look up and out your crown. See what that feels like. Breath of fire. Keeping the arms up, and now put your hands into this mudra with the steeple up here. And long, deep breathing here. Long, deep breathing. Same thing, eyes closed, focusing up and out the crown. Breathing long and deep. Without lowering the hands, now the mudra is a teepee, tips of the fingers together. Yep. And back up here, eyes closed, focus up and out the crown, breath of fire.
Sorry, I'm a parani satana maramada sosa sesohan. Sorry, I'm a parani satana maramada sosa sesohan. Satana Maramada Sasa Sisaham. Sarigama Padani 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 Satana Maramada Sasa Sisaham.
Now bring your arms down to alongside, palms facing out. This is green energy production. We're going to visualize green energy, anything green, grass, trees, anything you can think of that's green, green paint. Visualize green energy. And we're going to chant Hari, 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 Had. Everyone chant with me, please. Hari, 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 Had. 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 Lowering the hands, Gyan Mudra in the lap, sitting in a shower of green energy. Mentally count your blessings. Go through your gratitude list. Meditate and think of all the things you can be grateful for. Sitting in a shower of green energy coming to you, energy coming to you. Love every breath that comes and love all things known and unknown. Listing the blessings mentally, your gratitudes. And now let's do it all together. So please unmute and let me know your gratitudes. Tell me a couple of things that you're grateful for, please. Come on in. Go for it. Come on in.
Thank you for my health. Thank you for my wisdom. Thank you for the nature. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Satnam. Come on in, everybody.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here, to be able to share, and for each breath that I take.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I'm grateful for this practice, for everybody here, and for the fact that it continues to draw me in.
Thank you.
Thank you for your words, Mukta. Thank you for your class, Emily. Thank you for your course. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Anna. Satnam.
Thank you for this workshop and this practice together. Thank you for my dog.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for this life. Thank you for have discovered Kundalini Yoga taught by Yogi Bhajan. I thank you all for being part of my life. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you, everyone. Was somebody else about to come in?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for this class. I guess I'm a little bit late, and I'm happy to be with you. I'm from Russia and happy to see all your beautiful faces. Thank you. Very grateful to meet you and to be here. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Well, everybody, just enjoy the shower of green energy, and I want you to look around in your life today, the next couple days, and find where the green energy is coming in. This set brings you luck, and to me, it helps turn the page. It makes the new thing happen. And it also brings unexpected blessings. So thank you all so much. And before we all go, I want to invite you to the next SuperHealth training. We have the immersion coming up. It's called the Green Energy Set. I saw someone ask the name of this, Kriya. Opportunity and Green Energy Set. So the next SuperHealth training, it starts next week on Saturday. That's May 4th. It's SuperHealth signature training. It is all about yogic science for breaking habits and addictive behavior. It's what SuperHealth does best. It's what Mukta's been doing for a long time. She shares her wisdom from her career of working with so many people, teaching so many people, and she shares what works. And so you're going to learn all about the science of addiction and the yogic science of addiction and real practices that we can use to help ourselves and others. And this can apply to any addiction, addictive behavior that we have, smoking from the the hard substances, drugs, and alcohol to the lighter things or seemingly lighter things like tech. It can help you. And if you're a professional, it's going to give you the tools you need to help others. And it's a 6 days of training. It's on weekends. It's alternating weekends. So it's 2 days of training and then a free weekend, 2 days of training, free weekend, and then 2 days of training. It's online. Mukta teaches. And it is a mix of lecture and experience, just like we did today. And I'm going to let Mukta tell you more.
Thank you. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, so again, I think Emily said it beautifully. It's just that I had the opportunity to study personally with Yogi Bhajan, and what he downloaded was these amazing formulas and diets and recipes and blends, juice blends, and that you just can't find it anywhere. Today you could pretty much Google everything and anything, but you can't Google some of this amazing stuff that has completely been downloaded and happens to work for today's modern day problems. And, we talk about the word addictions, but it's also behavioral, how we think also, addicted to advancement, addicted to jealousy, to resentment, devices, anything. And so giving out these formulas and enabling you to have this amazing experience of the teachings is Aquarian. And that's what the world needs, is just an Aquarian model to help them, not take another pill, not, any of these quick fixes, but to understand how the technology works, to incorporate it into your own life. And then, when called upon, you can share that with others. It's an amazing experience. It covers nutrition, humanology, meditation, of course. We have very interesting guest speakers that, it's just well faceted. And the best part are getting the manuals. What we have done was organize the teachings in such a way that they're all like in one place rather than a little bit in this lecture and that lecture. We pulled all the information together. For instance, like what the teachings say about alcohol or cigarette smoking or opioids or cocaine, all in one place. And then the other manual is, okay, what meditation, what kriya, what food, what juice blend, all very, very simple, so that if you want to use it in your life, you want to teach a course, it's all laid out. So you don't have to run around and look for the information. It's all right there. It's a great opportunity. And right now, we're offering an opportunity of amazing discount. We came to the understanding that it's important that people just like yourself are trained and have this understanding, because the times are upon us. I mean, just look and see. People are coming to you. Teach me, talk to me, be with me, show me. And you're going to have to come up with something, anything. And they're going to know that you know something. I don't know how they're going to know, but they know that you know something, and they're going to want that. And so it's also